Viewer, welcome back to the garbage that I call my YouTube channel, and I hope you're having a good time, fun time, because today we'll be talking about Persona 3 Reload, and is it really up to the hype? Well, I will be telling you if it is up to the hype or not. I'm a really big Persona fan. Persona 3 started my journey. Persona 3 was the first game that really helped me realize that video games can be more than just a game. Its story was breathtaking, and its themes were very good, and that's why we're here today. Without Persona 3, I wouldn't be here, and we wouldn't be talking. But Persona 3 Reload, see, there's some problems with the Reload, and let's talk about my problems with the game before I talk about stuff I like. My biggest problem with the game is the lighting and the texture work. The texture work in this game seems very flat, and the lighting is generally weird, and there's not a lot of ambient inclusion going around, and they're making Persona 3 Reload on Unreal Engine 4, and Unreal Engine 4 already has an ambient occlusion setting. They could have dialed it up, and it would have been better. And look at the older dormitories and newer dormitories side by side, and you will realize just how much of a downgrade it really is. But I think there's still some hope they can fix it, or maybe they can't. We never know. That's like one of my biggest problems ever since the first trailer of this game. When they announced the first trailer, it looked very flat. The environments, they look very flat. They looked very basic. And I was like, you know what, this is just the beta. Maybe they're going to upgrade it. And some places they did upgrade how the game looks, but it not. And others they did not. And where they did it looks like it's still beta or alpha, even gameplay footage. And that's one of the biggest problems I have with this game. The graphics are very flat. They could have done something to combat that, but they didn't. It's okay, all is not lost, because the places where it looks shitty is the places you're not going to be hanging around a lot. Even though Iwatodaidorum, you know, it's your abode, it's where you live, it's basically where you are hanging around if you're not in Tartarus. But most of the time you won't be paying attention to it. When you're playing the game, you wouldn't really care. When the things are in the heat of the action, when you're in the middle of the action, you don't really care about stuff like this, and that's why I don't have much problem with it. But they redesigned Tartarus, and it really looks amazing. A lot of people go like, oh, Tartarus, I don't really like grinding Tartarus. I enjoyed grinding Tartarus. Maybe I'm just stupid. Is there a low reason for I'm stupid? Maybe, I don't know. But a year ago I made a video about Persona 3, which you're never gonna see because it has my real face. But yeah, enough about that. I had like a half playthrough, and I was like, yeah, Tartarus is pretty fun and enjoyable. I like grinding Tartarus. Maybe that's just me. Talking about Tartarus, let's talk about Tartarus, and let's talk about how good it is now. It's so much better than before it was, and it's going to be just more amazing. They have upgraded everything about the battle system. I'm like, oh my god, I'm about a bus. Came in with theurgy attacks. It's like Showtime, or whatever you call it, from Persona 5, and it's pretty amazing. They look very nice. The graphics are nice. The animation work is nice. And again, when you're fighting the enemies, the backgrounds look very nice. The flare is there. The menus are pretty good. That's what we like to see. We like to see amazing menus. If I had to say just one problem with Tartarus, is that they didn't expand on it in a really meaningful way. It's still tartar sauce. They should have made the tartar sauce more spicier. But from what I've seen from the previews and stuff, it does look better. It generally looks more nicer and beautiful, and there's more variety. And I hated the Mementos from Persona 5, because Mementos, I don't remember it having a different soundtrack, but the more you progress through Tartarus, the soundtrack changes, so that's amazing. So Tartarus, amazing gameplay, amazing graphics, maybe a little bit mid, but hey, they are good where they should be in the Tartarus, because you're going to be hanging out there for most of the time. 60% of your playthrough is going to be in Tartarus, and it looks nice. Just like my outfit. Look, I made it myself. Hee. Don't I look cool? Don't I look cool? I think I look cool. Praise me in the comments. Comment I look very cute, okay? Thank you. Another problem I have with this game is that they're not adding the answer as a day one thing. It is not coming with the game. They're making it in DLC. They're gonna milk it. And this is one of my biggest pet peeves. If there's a video game that's coming out and it's $70 for the base game, there's DLC, day one DLC, I don't really like it. It makes me really sad and angry. I hate day one DLC practices, and it's just shitty that how they do it. They're like, oh, Persona 3 Reload is going to be the definitive version of the game. This is the best way to play it, and it's missing so much stuff. It has day one DLC, it's missing answer, it's missing FemC route, but hey, yeah, as much as I want, you know, FemC to be in the game, it's understandable cutoff. But what's not understandable is day one DLC with background music basically, and extra personas and outfits, and answer coming later down the line, which is stupid. And it's $70. And if you want to buy it in a third world country, they're not doing regional pricing, which is bad. They should have done regional pricing. It is a really bad problem. If it's a really bad, like the game, you made it, you have the thing, you can ship it. It's $70, and it's not going in with it. It's like one of my biggest complaints with this game, that there's day one DLC. There was day one DLC for fucking Persona 5 Royale, which was supposed to be Persona 5's definitive edition. It's not a definitive edition if it's lacking stuff. But you know what's not lacking? The soundtrack. The soundtrack's banger. There's some misses, but most of them are hits. Like the opening music, I'm like, oh, it makes me jizz. Like, it's orgasmically good in the opening. And all the soundtrack that's returning is really, really good. But sometimes there's some shit that doesn't slide. Like changing seasons, they removed the French whispering from it, which was a really downgrade. I'm like, I can't have a boner if there's no French whispering. Where's my French whispering? And then the mass destruction, she goes like baby, baby instead of baby, baby. She goes baby, baby. And it doesn't sound right, for 10 years when you've been playing this game. And the baby, baby, oh yeah, it's ingrained into your brain. I'm insane in the membrane. Send hell. But yeah, it's like the little things from the new soundtrack that I don't like. Another problem I have with this game is none of the cast is returning to reprise their roles, but there's some way, shape, or form in the game. They could have just, rehired them for the main role, but maybe they now just cost too much. Some of the new cast is really amazing, okay? But I just can't get over the fact that Akihiko doesn't sound like Akihiko anymore. And he has been sounding that for so many years now to me. And the Japanese cast comes back. Why not the English cast? And another weird thing was the singer. They changed the singer for this game as well, because the older singer, she was smoking every day 20 cigarettes a day, and now she can't sing anymore. And she retired. She's like 60, so I understand. Enjoy your retirement. The new soundtrack is banger. Lotus Juice returns a banger. And and if you heard me talk about it, you were like, oh yeah, some stuff is really amazing. And some stuff is on the middle. And the story, I would say, people go like, oh, Persona 3 story is the best story. And I held this opinion myself, but not anymore, because I think Persona 3 story is not the best story in the franchise, because for the first 6 months or so for the game, basically nothing's happening. It's like Scooby-Doo, Monster of the Month kind of formula, and it's understandable because it was the first game with the calendar system. And this franchise, like Persona 3 was really experimental, and that's why I really enjoyed it. I love experimental shit. And the story, not the best, but it comes, I think people call it the best one because it just comes together so well, carries the themes so well, and it's just a really neat little package that's so amazing that you will be connected to it 10 years down the line. If it will stick for you for a very long time. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Because I know some people who played Persona 5 and they're like, oh, the first 8 hours are like a tutorial and we can't handle that. And it's even worse in Persona 3, but they have done some stuff. They've added like social link episodes to flesh out the characters, and I think it's really amazing that they are keeping the same base story but fleshing it out in ways that make sense, and they're not ruining the message of the story, and that's amazing to me. And see, like, it's a mixed bag. But if you look at the reviews online, the reviewers are loving it. There's maybe some bad reviews, but mostly it's positive. And on Metacritic, it's sitting on a really impressive 89. What's funny to me is that Persona 3 Portable, Persona 3 Fez, and now Persona 3 Reload all have 89 Metacritic score. And it's like that triple hat trick that's just so funny to me. It's a miracle, just like this game. This game was a miracle that came into my life and changed it forever, and I hope you can enjoy this game as I have, because now it's updated for modern audiences. If you've never played Persona 3, it's the best time to play Persona 3. It's one of the best games you will ever play, and I can guarantee you that. And you probably ask me, hey, what's your own score? Well, I haven't played the game yet, but from what I'm seeing, I'm also going to give it an 89 out of 100. I'm stupid. But you're not stupid, because you're going to hit the like button and comment and subscribe if you're not. And you will come to watch me play Persona 3 Reload on my Twitch. Well, you don't have to come watch me, and I hope you have a good time, fun time doing whatever you do. And I hope I will see you next time. And this was Apple. Toodaloo.